Hi, are you ready for some bedtime stories? Bernard and I are here with some really good ones to share with you. So let's have the first one, and it's about a bear. I wonder why. This is called The Bear Ate Your Sandwich. It's written and illustrated by Julia Sarcone-Roach. And it's published by Alfred A. Knopf. By now, I think you know what happened to your sandwich, but you may not know how it happened, so let me tell you. It all started with the bear. Now the morning air was warm and bright when the bear stepped out of his den. He stretched. Can you stretch? And he sniffed, and the scent of ripe berries drifted toward him and led to a wonderful discovery. Well, after a berry feast, the bear curled up in the sunlight and listened to the buzzing of the bees. And before long, he was asleep. By the time the bear opened his eyes, the buzzing had become a rumbling. He was being quickly swept along like a leaf in a great river. The forest disappeared in the distance and the high cliffs rose up around him. That's him in that red truck there. I think he's in the city. And once the rumbling stopped, the bear found himself in a new forest. It was like nothing he'd ever seen before. This forest had many great climbing spouts. And the trees were still itchy here. And there was good bark for scratching. And the mud squished nicely under his feet. There were many interesting smells in this forest, but some of the tastiest ones had already been found. Leafy green smells led the bear to a new fun. Can you see where he is? A playground. And that is when he saw it. There it was, your beautiful and delicious sandwich, all alone. Now he waited to make sure that no one saw him, not even the sandwich, before he made his move. And it was such a great sandwich. The bear loved it. But just as he was almost finished, he heard behind him. He had been seen. The bear was so surprised that he ran out of the park and down the street until he spotted a very tall tree. From the top of the tree, the bear could see his forest. It was time to go home. Do you know what this tree is? It's a telephone pole, but he didn't know that. Well, the waves rocked the bear and he began to doze. And when he opened his eyes, he heard the breeze and familiar branches and the birds and bugs' evening song. Well, the bear made it home just fine. So, that's what happened to your sandwich. The bear ate it. I saw it all. I tried to save your sandwich, and I was able to save this little bit of lettuce here. The bear dropped it as he ran off, but I couldn't save the rest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to tell you about your sandwich this way, but now you know. Woof, 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 woof. That's who told her. Well, I've got 5 little hot dogs that are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bang. So 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the one went bam. So no little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the pan went bam. Well, we went into the city for that story. And for this one, we're going to go down on the farm. This is written by Merrily Kutner, illustrated by Will Hillenbrandt, and published by Holiday House. Well, sun comes up. Kid wakes up. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Crows peck straw. Caw, caw, caw. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Horses say, neigh, neigh, neigh. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Cows will chew. Moo, moo, moo. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Time for lunch. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Ducks come back. Quack, quack, quack. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Geese curr plunk. Honk, honk, honk. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Turkeys squabble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Dogs on the roof. Woof, woof, woof. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Pig snouts point. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Goats repeat. Bleat, bleat, bleat. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Do you see they're trying to get that boot off of the kid's head? Kid is a baby goat, by the way. Well, sheep graze far. Ba, ba, ba. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Chicks won't sleep. Peep, peep, peep. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Cats pow wow. Meow, meow, meow. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Sun goes down. Quiet town. Down on the farm, down on the farm. And you see that little goat? See him there? He's fast asleep again. He had quite a busy day, don't you think? I do. Well, can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. And can you clap, clap, clap your crazies out? Clap, clap, clap your crazies out. Clap, clap, clap your crazies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stand up? Because it's much easier to do it if you're standing up. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out? Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out and wiggle your waggles away. Stand up still, because it's time to jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you yawn? Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Oh, oh, oh. Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Oh. Yawn your sleepies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, Shake your sillies out, shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. Well, I thought I'd have one of our familiar friends for a story tonight. Do you know this character? It's Pigeon by Willems. And they're celebrating that his book about driving the bus is 20 years old. Can you believe that? He doesn't look a day over 5. And he's saying, is this the year I get to drive the bus? Here he is dreaming about it. There's the driver and the bus and Pigeon. I thought he'd never leave, said Pigeon. Hey, can I drive the bus? Please. I'll be careful. I'll tell you what, I'll just steer. My cousin Herb drives a bus almost every day. True story. Vroom, vroom, vrummy, vroom, vroom. Pigeon at the wheel. No? I never get to do anything. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's play Drive the Bus. I'll go first. Oh, come on. Just once around the block. I'll be your best friend. What do you say? How about I give you $5? No. No fair. I bet your mom would let me. No, she won't. Oh, what's the big deal? It's just a bus. I have dreams, you know. Fine. Let me drive the bus. Speak very loud. I'm back. You didn't let the pigeon drive the bus, did you? Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Uh-oh. Bye. Hey. Maybe, just maybe, I could drive the fire truck. What do you think? No, he really shouldn't because I don't think he knows how to drive. Well, which finger play should we do now? Let's see. Maybe we could do our ducks. 5 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. The mama duck said quack, 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 but only 4 little ducks came back. Did you make 4 by hiding one of them? 4 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 3 little ducks came back. 3 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 2 little ducks came back. 2 little ducks went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but only 1 little duck came back. 1 little duck went swimming one day over the hills and far away. Mama duck said quack, 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 but none of the 5 little ducks came back. So the sad mother duck went out that day over the hills and far away. Mama Duck said, quack, 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 quack. And all of the 5 little ducks came back, and Mama was so happy to see them, she gave each one a great big kiss. And the ducklings, why, they kissed her back. Well, it's a little chilly now for us to be going into the lake, but I found this book that is about a lake, or at least partly about a lake. It's called There's a Hole in the Log on the Bottom of the Lake. It's written and illustrated by Loren, and it's published by Philomel Books. It's a singing story. There's a log on the bottom of the lake. There's a log on the bottom of the lake. There's a log. There's a log. There's a log, log, log. There's a log on the bottom of the lake right there. There's a hole in the log in the bottom of the lake. There's a hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole, hole, hole in the log, log, log. There's a hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a frog. There's a frog. There's a frog, frog, frog in the hole, hole, hole in the log, log, log. There's a frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. Well, there's a, I don't even know if you can see it. There's a hair on the frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a hair on the frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a hair? Yes, there's a hair. There's a hair, hair, hair on the frog, frog, frog in the hole, hole, hole in the log, log, log. There's a hair on the frog in the hole on the log in the bottom of the lake. There's a fly on the hair on the frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a fly on the hair on the frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a fly? Yes, there's a fly. There's a fly, fly, fly on the hair, hair, hair on the frog, frog, frog in the hole, hole, hole in the log, log, log. There's a fly on the hair and the frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. Do you think we can add anything else? There's a gnat. That's a little bug, little one. On the fly, on the hair and the frog on the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a gnat on the fly, on the hair, on the frog in the hole in the log on the bottom of the lake. There's a gnat. There's a gnat. There's a gnat, gnat, gnat on the fly, 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 on the hair, 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 on the frog, 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 in the hole, 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 in the log, log, log. There's a gnat on the fly, on the hair, on the frog, in the hole, in the log, on the bottom of the lake. There's a fish near the gnat, on the fly, on the hair, on the frog, in the hole, in the log, on the bottom of the lake. There's a fish near the net, on the fly, on the hair, on the frog, in the hole, in the log, on the bottom of the lake. There's a fish? Oh no. There's a chomp, snap, gulp. There's a fish on the bottom of the lake. There's a fish on the bottom of the lake. There's a fish on the bottom of the lake. There's a fish, just a fish. There's a fish on the bottom of the lake. And if you ever borrow this, I think that's the last page, there's actually the music that you can sing with. And you might sing it better than I do. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, what shall we do? I think we could make a bunny with our fingers like this. Here is a bunny with his ears so funny. And here's his hole in the ground. When a noise he hears, why he pricks up his ears and he hops in that hole with a bound. And we're going to have a story about a bunny. Not a real one, a toy one. And this is called The Backup Bunny. It's written by Abigail Rayner with pictures by Greg Stones. And it's published by North South Books. Psst! Over here. The name's Fluffy. I guess you're wondering what a luxury stuffed rabbit like me is doing in Mom's sock drawer. Well, I'm the backup bunny. And what's a backup bunny, you ask? Well, if Max loses his favorite stuffed animal, his stuffed rabbit, I step in to save the day. It's simple, or it should be. Let me tell you about the time that Max lost Bunny. For months, I had waited. I dreamed about what it would be like to be played with. But then it happened. One night I was yanked from the sock drawer. Max was crying and I was pressed into his arms. It was my chance to save the day and be loved by a child. Or so I thought. Max squeezed me. He pressed me to his cheek. He petted the tips of my ears. And for a second, I was truly happy. But then, splat. "That's not Bunny," shouted Max. "His ears don't feel right." Mom put me back in his bed. Max threw me out. This went on for a while. At least the cat liked me. Well, the next day we went for a bike ride and to the grocery store and to art class. I may not be Bunny, but I am a bunny, I said as I hung by my ears from the clothesline. I deserve some respect. And that was when I saw him. Do you see him? It was Bunny. He was slumped over the edge of the treehouse. Well, I decided not to mention it because this was my chance. I couldn't go back to the sock drawer again. So I decided to free myself from the clothesline. So I tugged and wriggled and I hopped and finally I fell straight into Max's mud pie. Oh, great. But Max didn't throw me. He giggled. And he sat me on a bucket. And he made me a snack. A mud pie. And later we rode his bike. And swung. And played dress up. Are you sure I look good in this? I couldn't have been happier. Unless... Well, at bedtime, when Mom tucked me into Max's bed, he cried, "I want Bunny!" Thud. "Hey, I'm a luxury rabbit with extra long ears who's guaranteed to be your friend for life," I said. "I just want Bunny," said Max. Well, it was no use. Max was my friend, and I couldn't bear to see him sad. You want to know where Bunny is? You left him in the treehouse. Max stopped crying. "Mama, I remember where I left Bunny." So here I am, back in the sock drawer, with the Christmas socks, and the socks with holes in them, and the sad single socks. It's where I belong. Shh. When's the last time you guys had a bath? I said to them. Phew. Wah! Wait, what's happening? Did Max lose Bunny again? No, but he's right there, under your arm. Ah, I want the other bunny too, the fluffy one, shouted Max. You mean you want me? And now I go everywhere with Max and Bunny, except when Max is forgetful. Hey, I'm under here. Move, you stinking purr machine. I am not your cushion. Wait, who's that guy? What do you think? Perhaps another backup bunny. Do you have backup toys in case your very favorite one gets lost? Sometimes you have to do that, don't you? Well, can you reach in your pocket? Because it's time to pull out our bubble gum. Unwrap it and pop it in your mouth. Chew it up until it's all soft and squishy, and then we'll do something disgusting with it. Ready, set, go. Put your hand out and count to 3. 1, 2, 3, and then spit your gum right in your hand and clap your other hand on top. So now they're stuck together with sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your nose. Do we want to leave it there? On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your knee. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your chin. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your back. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your cheek. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your arm. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Can you stick it on Mom or Dad? Do it fast. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your toe. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Better throw it in the trash. Well, I think you're going to recognize who's on our flannel board tonight. Thought I'd have somebody that was familiar to you. Do you know who that is? It's our good friend Pete. Yeah. Well, Pete the cat had on his favorite shirt with the 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved the buttons so much he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. But, oh no, pop! One of the buttons popped off. So how many buttons did he have left? 1, 2, 3. Now, 4 minus the one that fell makes 3. And did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. But then, pop! Another button fell off. So he had 3 and he lost one. So now how many does he have? 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. Well, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Can you guess what happened? Pop! Off came another button. He had 2, but 1 popped off, and that left just 1. Well, did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He just kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button, my button, my 1 groovy button. But then, pop! That last button popped off. And when you have 1 and you lose it, that means you don't have any left. Oh, that button rolled away. There aren't any there. Well, Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt. And what do you think he saw? Because he didn't cry. He saw his belly button. And he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. And I guess it just simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness, no. We just keep on singing, just like Pete. And we're going to finish up with our Sandra Boynton book, and this is the Going to Bed book. Do you see Bernard there? That's him right there. Yep. Well, the sun has set not long ago. Now everybody goes below to take a bath in one big tub with soap all over, scrub, scrub, scrub. And they hang their towels on the wall and find pajamas, big and small. And with some on top and some beneath, they brush and brush and brush their teeth. And when the moon is on the rise, why, they all go up to exercise. And down once more, but not so fast. They're on their way to bed at last. The day is done, they say goodnight, and somebody turns off the light. The moon is high, the sea is deep, and they rock and rock and rock to sleep. So I hope when you go to bed, you'll be able to rock and rock and rock yourself to sleep. And we hope you'll join us next week for some more stories from Wood Library. Thanks for watching.